Hello, my name is Derek, and I'm a test prep expert here at Magoosh. And I'm here to talk to you today about how to manage test anxiety and perform your best on test day. If you like this video, take a moment, like the video, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel for tons of more content similar to this. Game changing point number two, be realistic. Okay, there's one thing to be ambitious and going for that perfect score. I get it. I'm a competitive person myself as well. You always want to go out there and try your very best and become number one from those efforts. But then there is a time when ambition can cross the border and become unrealistic. And this can be a very trigger to that level of anxiety and test prep pressure. Let's take the GMAT, for instance. I've worked with students all the time, and in the beginning of their studies, everyone is like, hey, I have to get that 750, that 780. I want to get a perfect verbal score, a perfect quant score. That's what my school needs. And these goals are very lofty. The exam is very challenging, and these goals can be realistic when they're put into the perspective of the amount of time that you have. To have an expectation that you can increase your score by maybe 20, 30, or even 50 points in a matter of a few weeks is unrealistic. And as you see your score not gain the level of traction that you expect, that voice of doubt or anxiety will begin to creep up in your mind. And this will become, as we mentioned before, a self-fulfilling prophecy where you will believe that you don't have the ability to do well on the exam. So, what I want you to do with your first steps into studying is having realistic, attainable, SMART goals, goals that are measurable, goals that are in the process to getting to your main goal, smaller goals that get you to your main goal, but also goals that are action driven versus time driven. Another part of being realistic with your goals is that sometimes we make goals that are based on time and not activity. So we can make a goal and say, hey, I'm going to study for 2 hours. Yeah, but what are you going to do with that 2 hours? And then you look up after those 2 hours and you're asking yourself, what have you accomplished? I would prefer students, and the suggestion I make to them is to have goals that are focused on tasks and then give yourself realistic expectations of how much time it will take to complete that task. So you may want to study for 2 hours, which is, something that is ambitious at times. But your main goal may be to review 10 to 15 questions. That may only take you 45 minutes to an hour. That's great. So that's a better use of your time than trying to just bunch it all together in just one sitting. So be realistic.